Okay, this is our fungus lab part 1. We have our materials here. We have 4 bottles, same size. We have a marker, permanent marker. We have a homemade funnel. We have measuring spoons and a ruler. We have ribbon to measure with. We have yeast. We have balloons. And we have some sugar. Okay, first thing we want to make sure that we do, following the directions, is to fill up our water bottles. You could have soda bottles. It's best if they're the same size. We have one filled with water. This is our control number 1. It's just plain water. We have number 2, which is filled with Coke, and it is flat. There's no carbonation left. You might need to leave that open overnight. We have the 3rd one filled with apple juice, and we have a 4th one filled with water. There's nothing else in it right now, but we're going to change that in a minute. Okay, so first thing on our list is to fill up our bottles, which we just did. And now we're going to put a teaspoon of sugar into bottle number 4. So we're going to do that right now. Go ahead. My handy assistant used the funnel. Sugar goes in. Great. Okay, now that we have sugar in bottle number 4, we're going to take the yeast now and put a teaspoon of sugar into each of the bottles.
Sugar.
Yeast. It's already open a little bit. So,
teaspoon?
Teaspoon again. I want to wipe that sugar off of there because you don't want any sugar getting into the control. The control, remember, is just plain water, so we don't want anything in there except water and, of course, now yeast. A little bit more, make sure it's a full teaspoon. Okay. So, the funnel we used is just an index card. Okay, another teaspoon of yeast. And you want to make sure that you're not using the rapid rise yeast, just the plain yeast. I can put this in here for you. And there goes teaspoon number 2. We're going to have to open another package. Okay, over there. Okay. Teaspoon of yeast in the juice. And then a teaspoon into the sugar water. Okay, now after this, we're going to seal the bottles tightly and we're going to shake them. So let's just do one, We're going to shake one at a time and then put the balloon on right after that, because we don't want any carbon dioxide being released at all. So tight and good shake. Okay, slowly, very slowly. Now that wasn't a big deal to go fast on that one. but the others you might want to be careful about. Okay, nice and tight on the balloon. Make sure nothing's coming out. You might want to lift that up to make sure that, okay, it's centered. That's okay. Okay, good. And shake, shake, shake. Very slowly. Take that off. Okay. Nice flat Coke. You know that's important. Just try and stretch the mouth of it a little bit. There you go. Be careful not to rip the balloon though, because you want to make sure, again, that nothing. Yeah. Slowly. Okay. And again, a balloon goes on top. You want to make sure that you try and center it so that, whoops, yeah. So that looks good. And last but not least, my lab assistant's getting crazy. We're gonna put one last balloon on. Okay, now it's time to make a hypothesis. Make sure that you go back to the background information and the lesson and read that carefully so that you can make a reasonable guess. Okay, now that you've made your hypothesis, it's time to make your first set of observations. So we've got some ribbon, you can see here. And go ahead and measure that bottle. We're going to measure the circumference of the bottle. And it's best to do that the same place on every bottle. So once you have that measurement, make a mark on your ribbon or your string. And then go ahead and lay it down. Remember, you're measuring in centimeters. So this first measurement is what, Hayden?
It would be 21 centimeters.
Okay, 21 centimeters. So make sure that you write that down. Okay, that was bottle number 4. Make sure you put 21 centimeters. Bottle number 3 is exactly the same.
Yep.
So put down 21 centimeters for bottle number 3. Bottle number 2, Hayden's checking right now. Okay, exactly the same, 21 centimeters. And bottle number 1, the circumference is 21 centimeters. Okay, it also says to measure the balloons. Now, that's kind of hard to do because the balloons are not inflated. So at this point, I would just say that they are uninflated and put that down as your measurement. Okay, now it's time to fill in your chart. Make sure that you put on your chart, I'll show you our chart right here, control number 1, your observations, number 2, your observations, number 3, and number 4. That's where you're going to put your circumference and any other observations that you notice. Maybe a change in color or anything else that might be interesting. So we will meet back here in 24 hours and see how things have changed.